Hey everybody, my name is Morgan, and welcome back to the YouTube version of Podcast of the Dragon, the part of the show where I am a lot more visible and a lot less prepared, and I talk about the Wheel of Time on Prime. So I have recently dropped a couple of videos that were really old and were about the original teaser trailer. I've spent the last month and a half making content for my podcast, which is technically my baby and my main job, but I like making content about the show, and it's a big deal. It's coming out really soon now, and they've been dropping a bunch of stuff that I foolishly did not record reaction videos for. I didn't record reaction videos for the Wine Spring Inn clip or the clip for Moraine's quest, let alone the little baby drops, and I feel kind of dumb about that. And I've got a good bit of work to do because I'm assuming, considering that something got dropped today, that Prime is going to continue to let stuff out, including, I'm guessing we're getting an actual trailer very soon. So, this is actually like my third time trying to make this particular video right here because I really had to struggle to find this explorer thing with this whatever it is that they have for us here. So I am on the Wheel of Time page. Begin your journey. Got a really good picture of Tarvalin here. Not seeing North Harbor from this angle, but good view of Dragonmount. Doesn't look as much like a dick as I'd like it to, but the tower more than makes up for that. And they're doing little strands of one power. And there's Rosamund Pike looking awesome. They're here for the same reason as I am, for you. The Dark One is waking. I'm not doing my Moraine voice right now, sorry. I'm self-conscious about it. I can only do it when can pretend that I'm all alone. Okay. Dark One's waking, whispers are in the backs of our minds, but there will be one who can stand against him. The dragon has been born again, and it's one of you. They're really gonna have her tell them that from the get-go. Because that's not gonna scare the shit out of them and make them want to run away. Okay, well, interesting choice. Moraine has come to the Two Rivers in search of the one who will save or destroy the world, a mysterious and powerful Aes Sedai capable of channeling the One Power. Her arrival brings with it concern and threat of chaos. She claims to seek the prophesied dragon reborn, but for what purpose? Aes Sedai may never speak that which is not true, but the truth one tells you is not always the truth you may think. That's cool. Okay, I like these. I don't know if they're drawings or not, these little pictures that they have of everybody, though. And also this outfit that Moraine, this is like the Hillary Clinton pantsuit she's got on here. It may be a dress, but it sure looks like, her business suit. It's good. I dig it. So, yeah, I'm really enjoying these. Oh, they're clickable. Oh, cool. So I'm going to go back and click on those in a second. The Westlands await. Dive into the world of the Wheel of Time. Explore beautiful and exciting locations from the show. And follow the characters' journeys as they venture out from a small village in the Two Rivers into perilous, adventure-filled lands. Awesome. So we're going to get a map. You've lived too long in these mountains pretending what happens in the rest of the world can't affect you, says Moraine. Oh, they got a great picture of her looking all dressed up in her nice fancy dress, with her hair done up really well. So it looks like Moraine is telling these youngsters that you've lived lives of privilege. The Third Age. The Wheel of Time turns and ages come and pass. Discover an interactive timeline. Okay, so there's a bunch of interactive stuff here. I'm going to play around with it. So it was already popped up Moraine, and now we get Egwene. The innkeeper's daughter, Egwene, is wise beyond her years. She is determined, steadfast, and driven by logic. Yeah, she is. She's promised to marry Rand, but others see her potential. The town wisdom wishes to train her, and the arrival of an Aes Sedai who wants to take her from the Two Rivers further complicates her once simple life. She's quickly realizing she could be more important than anyone ever imagined. This is a great picture of Egwene. She looks really good. I love how they did her braid. She's all dressed up. I think she looks fabulous. I don't know if these are actual photographs that have just been touched up or if they're like paintings almost, or graphic art, but looks really good. Um, yeah, that's a great description of Egwene. I'm hoping that they're not giving too much information away for people who are, like I'd never heard of this Explore thing on Amazon before, and it sounds like it's designed to connect people with stuff that they'll be interested in. So having an interactive thing, I guess there's great potential for it. I hope that they don't give away too much information. So let's go on to Rand. Oh, look at you, Yosha. You're so cute. What the hell is that on your back? I watched a great reaction video to the original trailer. I think it was a New Zealand lady, and she was an archer. And so she's watching that great picture of him, like drawing his bow in his fuzzy sweater, and she's like, "Fix your anchor point, fucko!" And I fucking loved it. Okay, Rand. Few things are more important to Rand than his family and friends. He is impossibly stubborn, impulsively driven by his love and compassion for others, especially Egwene. When Moraine arrives in Two Rivers, he pays little mind. Perhaps there is power within him or one of his friends, but his only concern is protecting those he loves at any cost, and he will have to do that sooner or later. That's a fair assessment of Rand in the first book. He's kind of a dumbass. It's like, there's nothing wrong with wanting to protect your loved ones. In fact, it's a very laudable part of a person, but his chivalry, or his desires to protect Egwene in particular in the first book, he infantilizes her to a certain extent. He has a desire to coddle, and it is part of his characterization. And I am always so grateful that RJ, when he decided, because RJ's logic is so terrific, how he was going to divvy up everybody after Shatter Logoth, he was like, well, Egwene can't go with Rand because, first of all, it would just be a nightmare of all of their contention and everything, but also, realistically, horses are galloping away from Shadowspawn, and Egwene's gonna fall behind because Bella's got shorter legs. Rand would turn around and go back because he'd be like, I have to go back and save Egwene, and they would both have died. He's like, if they're going to live, if the narrative is going to continue, has to be with Perrin to survive. Because, yeah, Rand's desire to protect people at any cost is a flaw, because any cost can be a flaw. So, Matt. Barney, looking hammered. He's got a knife in his hand. And I swear to God, that coat looks like a bathrobe. Matt is always ready with a smart remark and loves to make people laugh, and yet his mischievous smile and witty retorts simply distract from the question constantly burdening him. Is he a good person? And how would he know? His parents were far from role models, yet he fears himself fated to follow their path. But perhaps, if that Aes Sedai is to be trusted, his future may have other things in store. Huh. Interesting choice for characterization. I wonder why they decided to do that. I guess it's almost like they're making his parents Coplans or something. Like, they're not doing the Coplans, instead they're gonna have the Cothans. Cothan talk from a conger, which, honestly, I don't hate. I don't hate that at all. You know, it's like you don't get point of views from Matt for the first two books, so why not? You kind of have to decide who he is if you're going to characterize him, whereas, in the series, you get to have other people tell you who he is, and then his behaviors, which is mostly, astounding and dramatic acts of stupidity and a lot of whining. And obviously he's a good person, but I'm interested to see what they do with this. This is intriguing. I'm wondering the kind of acts that he's going to have engaged in where he fears that he'll follow their path. Are they going to be like alcoholics, maybe? Is he going to have a drinking problem? That seems to be a big thing in the books where Coplans and Congers are alcoholics, so if it's going to be Cothans and Congers instead. But then it's also, if that Aes Sedai is to be trusted, are they going to make him more likely to trust Moraine than Rand is? I don't know. But it makes kind of sense because along with Egwene, he's the one who has the most to gain from leaving. Um, and I like the idea of them giving him a philosophical question to struggle with because it allows for some characterization. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Parent. Oh. Oh. Yeah, I'm liking Marcus with the sleeves pushed up there. That's, those, forearms are. Oh, it even acknowledges, don't let the physique from long days working a forge fool you. Perrin is a gentle giant. To those closest to him, he's a man of strength and stability who approaches every decision with thoughtful consideration. Despite his kind and gentle nature, his physical strength cannot be denied. Is this a reflection of some deeper power? Perrin fears that one way or the other, circumstances may reveal the answer. That doesn't make him sound very interesting, which is fine. I mean, a lot of people don't find Perrin very interesting. I find Perrin compelling because his internal narrative is very compelling and I identify with it so much. I think that a lot is going to be on Marcus's shoulders to make him compelling, but I think that Marcus can do that. For one thing, he's just gentle and sweet, and I feel like particularly if he and Egwene are going to be together, that relationship that they'll develop between the two of them, he'll be able to be compelling despite the fact that this information that they're giving is not particularly interesting. Okay, let's see about Nynaeve. Oh, I love that picture. That's a great picture. Zoe's like she comes to slay. If you haven't watched any of the Braid Watch that Lesbian Nerdy does, I can't recommend it more because, I mean, you know, it's a little bit absurdist and it makes it great. Nynaeve is fierce and assertive, commanding respect as the youngest wisdom the Two Rivers has ever seen. She's brash and unpredictable, but her compulsion to heal is what truly drives her. She may be slightly older than the other four from Two Rivers, but her innate abilities are not to be discounted. Nynaeve despises the Aes Sedai, yet Moraine senses a power within her, one she simply cannot ignore. Brash and unpredictable. Yeah, I guess that's fair. Okay, Lon. I like the guard on this. They make it not quite like a katana guard. It's almost looks like the twisty infinity snake that they have in the wheelie snake symbol. And Daniel Henney looks good. Lan is Moraine's warder. Also, I am so disappointed that they went with Lan in the show. I know that I am in the minority with that, but considering like Dragonmount came out and was like, oh, it's Lon. So RJ obviously called him Lon, which I did originally. And then when I heard other Wheel of Time people calling him Lan, I had changed my pronunciation. And then when I heard, oh no, it's Lon, I changed it back, operating under the assumption they were going to call him Lon in the show. And now I just don't know what to do with myself. My wife likes Lon better, so I'm just gonna go with her. She made a fair point that the kind of ah sound is a very English language kind of sound, and that they don't have it in a lot of other languages, which is why she's like in her German class she was called Avi, because there's just no ah for Abby. So anyway, Lon is Moraine's warder, a warrior bonded to an Aes Sedai through the One Power, equal parts bodyguard, confidant, and ally. He and Moraine share an unbreakable bond, driven by duty and honor. His stoic exterior reflects the unwavering loyalty that supersedes his own desires. He would give his life for Moraine, and will do what is necessary to find the Dragon Reborn, whatever Moraine's plans may be. That's ambiguous. Alright, well, that is interesting. Alright. The Westlands. Wait, okay, I gotta see the map that they're doing. Okay. They're basically keeping the map as it is. Cool. This topographical map, I'm here for it. We're not getting Caemlyn. The Kingdom of Tyr. If we're getting Tyr in the first season, I wonder in what capacity. Whether they're just going to do, like, a nod to Kalendor or what? Interesting. Okay. So they got Ghealdan here, which you can tell from the little mini clip they have of Loghain. The armor that the soldiers who throw the spears at him are wearing fits the description of Ghealdan in armor. or Gildanon armor in the books, and the metadata, one of the actors is described as playing the actual king of Gildan. Two Rivers. If they decide, I think it makes it sound like they're only calling it Two Rivers, which I think makes perfect sense, and I'm okay. I'm okay with that. Um, Shatter Logoth. Almost looks like they're sticking Shatter Logoth where Whitebridge is. It looks like where Whitebridge is. All right. And then there's a place called Breen Spring, which is not a village I've heard of, but it looks roughly where Four Kings is supposed to be. So I'm guessing that that's where Rand and Matt are running. And that scene probably where I'm assuming that Tom Maryland shows up. And then we got Tar Valon. So cool. I'm digging it. It looks great. I'm gonna look at this timeline about the Third Age. On to the Two Rivers. Moiraine searched for the Dragon Reborn letter to the quaint region of Two Rivers, where she had heard rumors of 4 young people who potentially matched the prophecy of the Dragon Reborn. I wonder how they're going to make that a thing. I saw some people like complaining about, oh, are they gonna make Egwene the dragon instead, or are they gonna make Matt the dragon instead? And I'm just like, no, they're not gonna do that. Why would they do that? They're trying to do this bait and switch for hopefully to keep some manner of mystery for people who've never read the books and don't have any real idea what everything is about, even though it's not very secret, because if you're looking at the people who are the stars of the show, Yosha's name is number 3. So that basically right away is like, oh, it must be Rand because he's played by the third lead actor. Spoilers, but I saw a concern about, oh, is it going to be Egwene? It's like, no, it's not going to be Egwene, and that's obvious from the original teaser trailer where they had Egwene covered in all the red paint. I mean, foreshadowing much? Yeah. I feel like having it have that be a mystery is partly like, yeah, they're gonna have Egwene be ta'Veren as well, which, good. She should be. Also, I meant to look at all of this kind of stuff with me, like, shifted off to the side because I'm trying to learn how to do that better, to do my videoing better, but I forgot, so oh well, next time. Also, the fact that we're not going to get Elaine until season 2 makes me wonder if Elaine's actually going to be a Tower Initiate, or if she is just going to be the daughter of Andor. That's a change that I wouldn't necessarily hate. I don't like the idea of Elaine not being able to channel, but I have all along felt like being a ruler and being an Aes Sedai at the same time is a conflict of interest, and I don't think it's okay to be both, but we'll see how that pans out. I'm excited, and this is cool. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. What do you think about some of these changes? What do you think about what they're doing with Matt's character? What do you think about Cothantok from Maconger? What do you think about the idea of having Egwene be ta'Veren and having her be a candidate for the dragon? Personally, I think it's a good idea just because I love the idea of Moiraine being like, please, 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 please let it be the girl. The idea that everybody is like praying and praying for the dragon to be a girl because it would be nice to not have to deal with the fuckery of having the dragon be a male channeler, I think that's great. That's a great element to throw in. So, let me know what you think. Thank you for coming to the YouTube version of Podcast of the Dragon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.